Welcome to A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students, Lesson 145. My mind holds only what I think with God. From Lesson 129, beyond this world, there is a world I want. From Lesson 130, it is impossible to see two worlds. Beyond this world, there is a world I want. I remember feeling like when I did A Course in Miracles the first time that I was losing something. Like I was losing my identity even because I was very ego identified. I identified as a problem solver, which meant that I had to continually manifest problems so that I could have an identity in solving the problems. And I actually went through a phase where as I started to loosen my grip on that identity and I stopped having problems, that I actually felt depressed because I didn't have anything to replace it with. I didn't know how to just be. I didn't know how to be my true authentic self. It is impossible to see two worlds. At least not at the same time. And I'm going to be vulnerable and share that that's a point where I really struggled because I wanted to keep seeing the two worlds. I wanted to keep seeing the world of ego and the world of God simultaneously. I wanted to keep one foot in the world of ego because I didn't really want to let it go. I'll be honest. That had been my perceptual home, even if it was hellish, even if it was scary. That had been my perceptual home. Before I started A Course in Miracles, I had an intense longing and desire to know peace, to be at peace. I'd had enough excitement. I'd had enough drama to last me a lifetime. That's how I felt. So I was praying and I literally just said, God, I just want peace. I want peace. And I had a very interesting experience that I rarely share. I don't think I've ever shared this with anyone, but maybe a few of my closest friends. But what happened was I was told to go outside. Spirit guided me to go outside to the street corner and spin around with my arms out. And immediately I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's insane. And I live near the mountains. And I looked up at a really tall mountain and I said, I will climb that mountain. Because I wanted to show God that I was willing to do something really difficult. I just wasn't willing to spin around on a street corner. And I could almost feel Spirit, the amusement of, oh, you'll go on a 3-day trek to the top of that mountain, but you won't spin around? I was like, okay, I'll go spin around. So I went to the street corner because I want to be obedient, because I want this peace. I don't know what I'm doing. And I spin around with my arms out. And I'm so embarrassed as people drive by that I'm practically in tears. I'm just cringing inside. Like, why am I doing this? People think I'm crazy. And a gentleman came past me on the sidewalk in a wheelchair. Just this really lovely soul. I could just sense his greatness. He looked up at me and said, a storm's coming. And he smiled and he just went on his way. And it was completely blue skies. There was not a cloud in the sky. And I knew he wasn't talking about the weather. So finally, Spirit says, okay, you can stop spinning now. And then I just kind of sat like, what was that about? And then the awareness came to me so clearly. Oh, the reason I don't have peace is because I care so much what other people think about me. I'm so worried about whether people think I'm normal or whether I'm fitting in. I read a quote recently that said, the opposite of bravery is not cowardice. It is conformity. And I'm sharing that because it is impossible to see two worlds. And while we're so busy trying to conform and fit in to a very broken and miserable and scary nightmare, we're not able to see the world that we actually want. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you tomorrow for lesson 147.